Control your breathing. Ignore the distance. Keep moving. There are moments during long endurance sessions where the body slowly starts losing warmth, the breathing becomes heavier. The heartbeat settles into pain and every kilometer begins feeling mentally longer than the last one. But somewhere inside those silent battles, I discovered a version of myself that only appears under sustained pressure and controlled suffering. Because endurance is different from aggression. It does not scream, it does not explode. It simply keeps moving forward while weaker mentalities slowly collapse underneath repetition, fatigue, and time. That realization changed the way I train completely. Now I no longer chase adrenaline during these sessions. I chase control. The rhythm of the breathing, the discipline of movement, the ability to remain mentally stable while exhaustion slowly spreads through every muscle inside the body. And somewhere between the cold air, the darkness, and the endless repetition of movement underneath fatigue, I realize that endurance is not about speed. It is about refusing to stop. The mentality built something powerful inside me. Something calmer, colder, harder to break. The body gets tired. The mind continues. Most people fear long effort because long effort removes distraction and forces the mind to spend time alone with itself underneath pressure. But endurance taught me how powerful discipline becomes once movement turns automatic and emotions stop controlling the pace completely. Now every session feels hypnotic. The breathing becomes deeper, the heartbeat becomes slower, and the suffering transforms into rhythm instead of resistance. That is why I move differently during these moments. Less aggression, more control. Less chaos, more focus. Because endurance is not war. It is mastery over discomfort, repeated long enough to transform weakness into mental stability. Now the cold feels peaceful. The exhaustion feels familiar. And every kilometer feels like another layer of discipline being permanently carved into the mind. Through repetition, silence, and controlled suffering. Still breathing, still moving. We're still entering the cold. The pain settles in. The distance gets longer. Keep moving anyway. There is a moment during endurance training where the body stops fighting the effort and slowly enters something deeper. A state where exhaustion becomes permanent, breathing turns mechanical and disappear. That is where most people mentally disappear. Because once the adrenaline fades and the excitement dies, all that remains is repetition, fatigue, and the uncomfortable silence between every breath. But that silence never scared me. I learned long ago that endurance is not built through intensity alone. It is built through consistency, repeated long enough to harden the mind underneath suffering. That is why I keep moving when the legs become heavy. Why I keep breathing when the chest starts tightening underneath pressure. Why I continue forward when the distance still remaining feels mentally larger than the strength left inside the body. Because somewhere inside those long cold sessions, I discovered that discipline grows strongest in moments where motivation no longer exists to support movement. And once the mentality understands that truth completely, stopping becomes harder than continuing. The pace slows down. The discipline does not. Most people only respect explosive effort because explosive effort looks powerful from the outside, but endurance reveals something much deeper. The ability to suffer quietly without losing rhythm, focus, or psychological control underneath fatigue. That realization transformed me. Now every long session feels almost meditated. The breathing becomes steady, the thoughts become quieter, and the suffering slowly transforms into something peaceful instead of something painful. That is why the cold no longer feels hostile, the darkness no longer feels empty, and the repetition no longer feels difficult once the body fully accepts that endurance is simply controlled suffering stretched across time. Now I train differently. Let's see motion, more rhythm, less aggression, more persistence. Because endurance is not about proving straight to other people, it is about proving to yourself that the mind can continue long after comfort disappears completely. Still breathing through fatigue, still moving through distance, still becoming harder to stop.
The body wants rest. The distance keeps growing, but the mind already decided to finish. There is a strange moment near the end of long endurance sessions where exhaustion becomes so deep that the body almost stops reacting emotionally to pain completely. A moment where every breath feels heavy, every movement feels slower, and the only thing still pushing forward is pure discipline operating underneath fatigue. That is where the real training begins. Not during the first kilometers, not during the moments where energy still feels strong, but during the final miles where the body starts searching desperately for comfort, while the mentality quietly refuses to negotiate with weakness anymore. I know that place well. The cold air entering exhausted lungs, the heartbeat echoing through silence, the endless repetition of movement underneath darkness while the world around me slowly disappears behind rhythm, breathing, and focus. And somewhere inside those final difficult moments, I realized endurance was never truly physical. It was psychological mastery built through repetition, suffering in the decision to continue moving long after comfort already surrendered. That realization changed me permanently. Now fatigue feels almost peaceful. The pain feels temporary. And the final miles feel sacred because they reveal exactly who is capable of continuing once effort becomes deeply uncomfortable, when the body reaches its limit. The discipline keeps going. Most people never experience the final stage of endurance because they stop too early to discover what exists beyond exhaustion. But the final miles taught me something powerful. The human mind becomes incredibly dangerous once it learns how to remain calm underneath sustained suffering. Now these sessions feel almost spiritual. The breathing becomes slower, the movement becomes automatic, and the suffering transforms into silence instead of resistance. That is why I no longer fear fatigue during endurance training. Fatigue became familiar years ago. What matters now is maintaining rhythm, controlling forward movement while pressure slowly accumulates across time. Because endurance is not explosive, it is relentless. A quiet form of discipline repeated long enough to reshape identity itself underneath cold nights, empty roads, and endless movement. Every kilometer feels meaningful, every breath feels intentional, and every final mile feels like another layer of mental resistance, permanently forged into the nervous system through patience, repetition, and controlled suffering. Still breathing through the cold, still moving through exhaustion, still finishing the last miles.